Welcome to my channel, HD Rare Coins 111. In this video I tell you about the United States of America Washington quarter dollar, which are most valuable and rare. If you interested, please subscribe my channel. Thanks.
Top 1. The United States of America has a rich history, full of iconic symbols, landmarks, and of course, currency. Among the many coins that have captured the attention of collectors and investors over the years, one particular coin stands out: the 1965 Washington quarter. This seemingly ordinary coin has a fascinating backstory and incredible value today, which has made it highly sought after by numismatists all around the world. Let's dive into what makes the 1965 Washington quarter dollar coin so special and why it's worth so much money. The Washington quarter, first introduced in 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth, became an enduring symbol of American heritage. Over the years, it has undergone several changes in design and composition. However, the 1965 Washington quarter is particularly noteworthy. It is part of a unique period in American coinage that marks a significant shift in the composition of U.S. coins. In 1965, the U.S. government made an important decision to reduce the silver content in many coins, including the quarter. The decision came about as a response to a coin shortage and rising silver prices. This shift in composition drastically changed the value of the coin at the time. Instead of the usual 90% silver content, the 1965 Washington quarter contained a blend of copper and nickel, making it a more affordable and practical choice for circulation. At first glance, the 1965 Washington quarter looks quite similar to other coins in the series. The obverse side features the portrait of George Washington, designed by artist John Flanagan. On the reverse side, the eagle is perched proudly, its wings spread wide, holding an olive branch in one talon and arrows in the other. This striking design was meant to symbolize strength, peace, and American pride. However, there's something unique about certain 1965 Washington quarters. Some coins from this year were minted with a special feature, often referred to as double die or error coins. These coins display a noticeable doubling of the letters and numbers on the coin, creating an effect that makes them stand out from regular minting. These mistakes, although unintentional, are what make them so highly valuable to collectors today. Now, what makes these error coins so valuable? The rarity and scarcity of these error coins have propelled their worth far beyond their original face value. In fact, many of the 1965 Washington quarters with these special features are now considered to be one of the most sought-after collector's items in the world. The price for these rare 1965 Washington quarter dollar coins has skyrocketed in recent years, with some examples fetching astronomical amounts at auctions. It's not uncommon to hear of collectors paying tens of thousands of dollars for a single coin, depending on its condition, rarity, and specific errors. But what truly makes these coins extraordinary is their incredible market value. To put it in perspective, one of the highest prices ever paid for a 1965 Washington quarter coin was $133,499. This massive sum was paid for a rare specimen that displayed some of the most striking and well-preserved error features ever seen. The coin was in remarkable condition, and its rarity made it an absolute treasure for collectors. This astonishing price showcases just how valuable the 1965 Washington quarter has become over time. A coin that was once circulated as part of everyday transactions now holds the status of a rare collectible item, sought after by both seasoned numismatists and those new to the hobby alike. The value of these coins continues to rise as more people become aware of their rarity and unique history, making them an attractive investment for anyone interested in rare American currency. If you happen to come across a 1965 Washington quarter, it's worth taking a closer look. While most quarters from this year may still be circulating and worth only a quarter dollar, you could be holding a small piece of history in your hand. You never know. You might just have a rare error coin that could be worth an incredible amount of money. Keep your eyes peeled and remember, the value of certain coins can rise over time, turning them into much more than just pocket change. Top 2. The Washington quarter dollar coin is a staple in American currency, having been a part of U.S. coinage since 1932. But did you know that the 1967 Washington quarter holds a special place in the hearts of collectors and numismatists? Not because of its design, but due to its intriguing history and surprising value. While many of these coins were minted in large quantities, some rare variations of the 1967 Washington quarter have become highly coveted, fetching astonishing sums at auctions. The Washington quarter itself is an iconic coin, with its classic design featuring George Washington's portrait on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse. The design has remained largely unchanged since its introduction, and it continues to symbolize the enduring spirit of the United States. In 1967, the country was in the midst of a period of transition for its coinage. Just 2 years earlier, in 1965, the U.S. government made the significant decision to remove silver from many coins, including the quarter, to combat rising silver prices and shortages of the precious metal. As a result, the 1967 Washington quarter, like its immediate predecessors, was made with a composition of copper and nickel, marking a departure from its traditional silver content. While this shift in composition didn't have a dramatic impact on the coin's value at the time, certain variations of the 1967 quarter have become incredibly valuable. What makes these particular coins so special? The answer lies in their rarity, condition, and certain unique characteristics that make them stand out from the mass-produced coins of the era. Among the most prized 1967 Washington quarters are those that exhibit rare minting errors or unusual characteristics. These coins are often sought after by collectors who are willing to pay a premium for a piece of American numismatic history. For example, some 1967 Washington quarters were minted with doubling errors on the date or lettering. These rare, double die coins occur when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly during the minting process, creating a doubled image. Such errors can make the coin look strikingly different from others, and collectors are always on the lookout for these unique pieces. The rarity of these error coins, combined with their historical significance, makes them highly desirable. Over the years, the demand for such rare coins has driven their value up, making the 1967 Washington quarter far more than just pocket change. But there's more to the value of the 1967 Washington quarter than just the rare errors. Condition plays a huge role in determining how much a coin is worth. Coins that were in circulation for years often suffer from wear and tear, resulting in a loss of detail and overall aesthetic quality. However, coins that have been preserved in pristine, uncirculated condition can command much higher prices. A coin that remains free of scratches, blemishes, and discoloration is much more valuable to collectors who are seeking to add a perfect specimen to their collection. Now, let's talk about how much these rare 1967 Washington quarters are actually worth. While most of the coins from this year are still in circulation and worth just 25 cents, some of the rarer examples can fetch unbelievable prices. For instance, one particular 1967 Washington quarter with an error and in exceptional condition was sold for $128,499 at an auction. Yes, you read that correctly, $128,499. This hefty sum was paid by a collector who recognized the rarity and historical significance of this specific coin. The value of error coins, especially when they are in outstanding condition, can reach eye-popping numbers, and this sale proves just how valuable the 1967 Washington quarter can be. As time goes on, the value of rare and well-preserved coins like the 1967 Washington quarter continues to rise. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with a keen eye for valuable pieces of history, it's worth taking a closer look at the coins you come across. You might just be holding a rare gem in your pocket that could be worth a small fortune one day. The world of numismatics is full of surprises, and the 1967 Washington quarter is one of those coins that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike, making it a treasure in the world of American currency. Top 3. The world of numismatics is filled with fascinating coins that tell a unique story of history, economy, and even mystery. One such coin that has caught the attention of collectors and investors alike is the 1970 Washington quarter. This particular coin, though seemingly ordinary at first glance, has sparked considerable interest due to its rare features and the value it has accrued over the years. The 1970 Washington quarter has become much more than just a piece of currency. It has become a prized possession for those in the know. The Washington quarter itself has been an iconic coin in U.S. currency since its introduction in 1932. Designed by John Flanagan, the quarter features a profile of George Washington on the obverse side, symbolizing the nation's first president. The reverse side of the coin showcases an eagle in flight, a symbol of strength and freedom. This design has remained largely unchanged for decades, making it one of the most recognizable coins in the world. In 1970, the Washington quarter was part of a larger set of coins minted during a transitional period in American coinage. While the coin's design remained consistent, the composition of the quarter underwent some changes due to the ongoing shift away from silver. Following the silver crisis of the mid-1960s, the U.S. government began minting coins with a reduced amount of silver, eventually moving to a copper-nickel-clad composition by 1971. This meant that the 1970 Washington quarter was made with a copper-nickel mix, rather than the silver content it once had. Though this altered the intrinsic value of the coin in terms of precious metals, it did not diminish its importance or legacy. However, the 1970 Washington quarter stands out not just because of its place in history, but due to some very rare and highly collectible versions of the coin. One of the primary reasons collectors are so drawn to the 1970 quarter is the fact that there are some special, often overlooked, varieties and errors among the mintage. Some coins were struck with very distinct errors during the minting process, making them highly sought after by numismatists and coin enthusiasts. These error coins could have features such as double dies, off-center strikes, or die cracks, which make them unique and incredibly rare. These kinds of variations are what make the 1970 Washington quarter particularly valuable, and they are the ones that collectors are actively hunting for. Aside from the mint errors, the condition of the coin plays a major role in determining its value. Coins that were used in circulation for years often show signs of wear, such as scratches or discoloration. But uncirculated coins, those that were carefully preserved and remain in mint condition, are worth much more. The cleaner and more pristine the coin, the higher its value on the market. A 1970 Washington quarter in top-tier condition, free from any damage or signs of use, is a rare find and highly prized by collectors. What does all of this mean in terms of value? While the 1970 Washington quarter is still in circulation today and worth just $0.25 in most cases, certain rare versions have fetched unbelievable amounts at auctions. Coins that feature rare minting errors, particularly those in near-perfect condition, can sell for thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars. The most remarkable example of a 1970 Washington quarter sold for an astonishing amount. In fact, one of these rare coins, with a highly sought-after error and in exceptional condition, was sold for $118,499. That's right, $118,499. This incredible price is a testament to just how valuable rare coins can be, even if they seem like just ordinary quarters to the untrained eye. The 1970 Washington quarter is a perfect example of how the world of coin collecting can reveal hidden treasures within seemingly common items. Coins that were once used as pocket change can, over time, become rare artifacts of immense value, reflecting both the rich history of American currency and the passion of collectors who search for those hidden gems. If you happen to have a 1970 Washington quarter, it might be worth a closer look. You never know. You could be holding a coin that, with the right features, might one day be worth a small fortune. So, keep your eyes peeled and your curiosity sharp because, in the world of coins, anything is possible. Top 4. The world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and one coin that continues to captivate collectors is the 1972 Washington quarter. To most people, this coin might just seem like a regular quarter from the past, but as many seasoned numismatists know, this coin holds a hidden value that could surprise anyone who stumbles across it. In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating history, unique characteristics, and most importantly, the incredible value of the 1972 Washington quarter-dollar coin. The Washington quarter, which first entered circulation in 1932, was designed by John Flanagan to honor George Washington, the first president of the United States. His portrait, which appears on the obverse side of the coin, has remained a constant symbol of American strength and history. On the reverse side, we see the proud eagle, representing the nation's resilience and independence. The design of the Washington quarter has endured over the years, becoming one of the most recognizable coins in the world. However, what makes the 1972 Washington quarter particularly interesting is its place in the context of American coinage. By 1972, the U.S. government had already transitioned away from minting coins with silver content. Following the silver crisis of the mid-1960s, coins like the quarter were made from a copper-nickel composition, reducing the cost of production and making the coinage more affordable during a time of economic strain. So, while the 1972 Washington quarter isn't made of silver, it still carries the legacy of its predecessors, including its timeless design and the national pride it represents. The 1972 Washington quarter, while not intrinsically valuable due to its composition, holds a special place in the hearts of collectors because of its rarity, particularly with certain minting errors. Like many coins from the era, the 1972 Washington quarter experienced some fascinating variations during its production. Among the most sought-after errors are the double die varieties. These errors happen when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly during the minting process, creating a noticeable doubling effect on certain letters and numbers. These double die coins are some of the most valuable in the world of numismatics, and they add a layer of intrigue to the 1972 Washington quarter. A double die coin from 1972 might display a double date or lettering on the obverse, which makes it stand out from the regular quarters of that year. These errors are exceedingly rare and, as a result, they can fetch extraordinary amounts of money. Coin collectors know that finding one of these rare pieces is like finding a hidden treasure, and it's the rarity of these error coins that makes them so highly coveted. A 1972 Washington quarter with one of these errors could be worth far more than its face value. Sometimes even exponentially more. Of course, the condition of the coin plays a significant role in determining its value. Coins that have been circulated for decades can show signs of wear and tear, such as scratches, discoloration, or faded details. However, a coin that has been carefully preserved and remains in uncirculated condition is far more valuable. The cleaner and more flawless the coin, the higher its value on the market. An uncirculated 1972 Washington quarter with no blemishes or damage can command much more than a well-worn counterpart. So, what does this all mean in terms of the value of the 1972 Washington quarter? The value of these coins can vary greatly depending on the type of error, its condition, and rarity. While most of the 1972 Washington quarters are worth just 25 cents in their regular form, some of the rarer coins, particularly those with significant minting errors or in excellent condition, can fetch astronomical prices. In fact, one particular 1972 Washington quarter with a rare minting error and excellent preservation was sold at auction for an eye-popping $111,499. That's right, a single 1972 Washington quarter was worth a staggering $111,499, proving just how much value these coins can hold when they feature rare characteristics. As you can see, the 1972 Washington quarter is more than just a piece of currency. It's a symbol of American history and a valuable collector's item for those who know where to look. Whether you're a seasoned coin collector or simply someone with a keen eye for hidden treasures, the 1972 Washington quarter represents a fantastic opportunity to discover something truly remarkable. So, the next time you come across one of these quarters in your spare change, take a moment to inspect it closely. You just might be holding a coin that could one day be worth a fortune. Top 5. The United States has a long and storied history when it comes to its currency, and one of the most iconic coins in American coinage is the Washington quarter. First introduced in 1932, the Washington quarter has been in circulation for nearly a century. However, it is the 1974 version of this coin that has attracted the attention of collectors and investors in recent years. While it may seem like a typical quarter from the 1970s, the 1974 Washington quarter has some unique features that make it particularly valuable today. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into the fascinating world of the 1974 Washington quarter, its history, and its incredible worth. The design of the Washington quarter has remained largely unchanged since it was first minted in 1932. The coin features a portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, on the obverse. This timeless image has become a symbol of American pride and leadership. On the reverse side, we see an eagle with its wings outstretched, a symbol of strength and freedom. The Washington quarter is known for its clean, simple design, making it one of the most recognizable coins in the world. In 1974, the Washington quarter underwent a notable change in terms of composition. As we know, Earlier versions of the quarter were made from a 90% silver composition. However, by the 1960s, the rising cost of silver led the U.S. government to shift the composition of many coins, including the quarter, to a more affordable copper-nickel blend. The 1974 Washington quarter was made with this new composition, which would remain in use for many years to come. This change in material significantly impacted the intrinsic value of the quarter, but the coin's significance as a symbol of American heritage remained unchanged. While the 1974 Washington quarter may seem like just another coin from the 1970s, there is much more to it than meets the eye. The true value of this particular quarter lies in its rarity and the potential for unique errors that occurred during the minting process. As with many other years in the history of U.S. coinage, some 1974 quarters were minted with rare and valuable errors. These errors, such as double dies or off-center strikes, make these coins highly sought after by collectors. A double die occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts during the process, creating a doubling effect on certain letters or numbers. This creates a distinct and noticeable variation that is much different from a typical quarter, and collectors often pay top dollar for such specimens. In addition to minting errors, the condition of the coin plays a significant role in determining its value. Coins that were circulated for years often show signs of wear and tear. Scratches, discoloration, and worn details can all reduce a coin's value. However, a 1974 Washington quarter that has been preserved in uncirculated condition, free from damage, discoloration, and wear, is considered far more valuable. Coins that remain in mint condition are highly prized by collectors, and the demand for such pieces often drives up their market value. So, how much is a 1974 Washington quarter worth? Well, while most 1974 quarters are still in circulation today and worth just 25 cents, certain rare and exceptional examples have fetched incredible prices at auctions. In fact, one 1974 Washington quarter with a minting error and pristine condition was sold for a staggering $103,499. That's right, $103,499. This incredible amount of money is a testament to just how much value certain coins can hold when they are rare, well-preserved, and feature unique characteristics. The 1974 Washington quarter is a prime example of how coin collecting can be both exciting and profitable. What may seem like a simple quarter is, in fact, a potential treasure with the right set of features. If you ever come across a 1974 Washington quarter in your pocket change, it might be worth taking a closer look. The coin could have a rare error or be in exceptional condition, making it a valuable addition to any collection. Even if you don't have a rare 1974 quarter in hand, the world of numismatics is full of hidden gems just waiting to be discovered. Keep your eyes peeled and your curiosity piqued because, in the world of coins, anything can happen. Top 6. The world of coin collecting is filled with hidden treasures, and the 1979 Washington quarter is one such coin that holds an intriguing story. While to most people, it may just seem like another quarter from the 1970s, collectors know there's more to this coin than meets the eye. It's not just a piece of history. It's a valuable collector's item that could be worth a small fortune under the right circumstances. If you've ever come across a 1979 Washington quarter, you might be holding more than just a quarter. You could be holding a rare coin with incredible potential. The Washington quarter has been a staple of U.S. coinage since 1932, when it was first introduced to honor George Washington, the first president of the United States. The design has remained largely unchanged over the years, with George Washington's portrait gracing the obverse side and a majestic eagle displayed on the reverse. This simple yet powerful design has made the Washington quarter one of the most recognizable coins in the world, symbolizing American strength, freedom, and history. The 1979 Washington quarter is part of a generation of coins minted in the aftermath of the U.S. decision to remove silver from most circulating coinage in the 1960s. By 1971, the U.S. government began minting quarters using a copper-nickel-clad composition, a significant departure from the 90% silver quarters that were minted earlier in the century. While this change was necessary for economic reasons, it did not diminish the Washington quarter's importance or significance. By 1979, the coin had evolved into a key piece of American numismatic history, representing both the nation's past and its future. While most 1979 Washington quarters are made from the standard copper-nickel composition and have little monetary value beyond their face value of 25 cents, there are some exceptions. As with many other years in the history of U.S. coinage, certain 1979 Washington quarters feature rare errors or unique characteristics that make them highly desirable to collectors. These variations can significantly increase the value of the coin, and collectors are always on the lookout for such rare finds. Among the most common errors for the 1979 Washington quarter are double dies, mistakes made during the minting process when the coin is struck more than once, creating a doubling effect on the date or other parts of the design. These types of errors are highly prized in the numismatic community, as they are both rare and fascinating to study. Another factor that affects the value of a 1979 Washington quarter is its condition. Coins that have been circulated for years often show signs of wear and tear, including scratches, discoloration, and fading. These imperfections can decrease the coin's value. However, a coin that has been kept in pristine, uncirculated condition is far more valuable. A 1979 Washington quarter that has been well preserved and remains free from any damage is considered a rare find and can be worth significantly more than a regular, worn coin. When a coin has been handled with care and has retained its original luster, collectors are willing to pay a premium for it. What kind of value are we talking about when it comes to a 1979 Washington quarter? While most of these coins are still worth just 25 cents, the rare versions, particularly those with minting errors or those in exceptional condition, can fetch impressive prices at auctions. In fact, one specific 1979 Washington quarter with a rare minting error and in pristine condition was sold for an astounding $92,499. Yes, you heard that right, $92,499. This sale proves that with the right combination of rarity, condition, and historical significance, a 1979 Washington quarter can be worth an incredible amount of money. The 1979 Washington quarter serves as a perfect example of how numismatics is a world full of surprises. What might seem like just a regular coin is, in fact, a potential treasure. As coin collectors and enthusiasts know, the true value of a coin often lies in its rarity, condition, and unique features. If you come across a 1979 Washington quarter, it could be worth taking a closer look. Who knows, you might be holding a rare gem that could change your life. In the world of coin collecting, anything is possible, and the 1979 Washington quarter is just one example of how a simple piece of currency can turn into a valuable asset. Top 7. Coin collecting is a captivating journey through history, and the 1984 Washington quarter is one coin that holds a special place in this world. For many casual observers, it may seem like just another coin that passed through circulation in the 1980s, but for seasoned collectors and numismatists, this particular quarter is much more than it appears. There's a hidden value to the 1984 Washington quarter, and its worth can truly surprise anyone who takes the time to understand the nuances that make this coin so valuable today. The Washington quarter, first minted in 1932, has long been a symbol of American heritage, with the portrait of George Washington, the nation's first president, gracing the obverse side. The reverse, showcasing an eagle in flight, represents freedom and strength, values that remain central to the American identity. Over the decades, the design of the coin has remained largely unchanged, making the Washington quarter one of the most recognizable coins in the world. However, what makes the 1984 Washington quarter so special lies in the details, its rarity, and some specific characteristics that collectors look for. By 1984, the Washington quarter had long been made of copper-nickel clad, a shift that had been initiated in the 1960s due to the rising cost of silver. Although this move reduced the intrinsic silver value of the coin, it didn't diminish the quarter's significance or charm. The 1984 Washington quarter continued to serve as a crucial element of American coinage, circulating as part of everyday transactions. However, by this time, the coins were starting to accumulate more history and value as the years passed. The 1984 Washington quarter might seem ordinary on the surface, but there are a few factors that can make this coin stand out in the numismatic world. The key to the value of this particular coin lies in the concept of rarity, which is often driven by minting errors and the coin's condition. Like many other coins in history, some 1984 Washington quarters were struck with errors during the minting process. These errors could range from something as simple as a misalignment of the design to more noticeable and rare mistakes such as double dies. Double dies occur when the die used to strike the coin shifts during production, creating a doubling effect on parts of the coin, often visible in the lettering or the date. These errors, while rare, can significantly increase the value of the coin. Another aspect that adds to the value of a 1984 Washington quarter is its condition. Most of the coins in circulation over the years have been subject to wear and tear. Coins that were used in daily transactions can show signs of scratches, discoloration, or fading, which can diminish their value. However, for collectors, an uncirculated 1984 Washington quarter, one that has been carefully preserved and is free from any damage, holds far more value. Coins in pristine condition are often worth more, as they represent a rare glimpse into a coin's original, untouched state. So, how much could a 1984 Washington quarter be worth? While most of these quarters are still worth just 25 cents in circulation, certain rare versions have commanded impressive prices in the marketplace. The ones with minting errors, especially those that feature significant and noticeable defects, can sell for many times their face value. In fact, one of the most remarkable examples of a 1984 Washington quarter, struck with a rare error and in exceptional condition, was sold at auction for a staggering $83,499. Yes, you read that right, $83,499. This price shows just how much value rare and well-preserved coins can accumulate over time. The 1984 Washington quarter is an excellent reminder of how much potential lies in the world of coin collecting. While many people may overlook such coins as everyday currency, the reality is that these pieces of history can be worth far more than their face value. Whether it's the minting errors or simply the fact that they've been preserved in excellent condition, the 1984 Washington quarter serves as a reminder that the world of numismatics is filled with hidden treasures just waiting to be discovered. So, the next time you come across a 1984 Washington quarter in your spare change, take a moment to examine it closely. You might be holding a rare piece of history worth thousands of dollars. The world of coins is full of surprises, and you never know when you might stumble upon a valuable gem like the 1984 Washington quarter. Top 8. When it comes to coin collecting, the journey is often about discovery, the thrill of finding hidden treasures that might be worth far more than their face value. And among the many coins that collectors keep a close eye on, the 1986 Washington quarter stands out as one with great potential. To the casual observer, it may seem like just another coin from the 1980s, circulating in everyday transactions. But to numismatists, this coin holds a special significance, and its value has been steadily increasing over the years. Today, we're going to dive into the history, characteristics, and potential worth of the 1986 Washington quarter. First, let's take a closer look at the Washington quarter itself. Originally introduced in 1932, this coin has become an iconic piece of U.S. currency. Designed by John Flanagan, the coin features a portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, on the obverse. His likeness on the quarter serves as a reminder of the nation's heritage and leadership. On the reverse side, the design features an eagle, a symbol of strength and freedom that resonates with the values of the American people. The design of the Washington quarter has remained relatively unchanged over the decades, making it one of the most easily recognized coins in the world. By the time we reach 1986, the Washington quarter had already undergone significant changes in its composition. In the 1960s, the United States made a shift away from using silver in circulating coins, and the quarter was no exception. By 1986, the Washington quarter was made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, which was more cost-effective and better suited for mass production. While this change in materials lowered the intrinsic silver value of the coin, the Washington quarter continued to circulate as a key part of American currency. However, what makes the 1986 Washington quarter particularly intriguing is its potential for rarity and value. While many 1986 quarters are still in circulation today, and are worth only their face value of 25 cents, there are certain characteristics that can increase the worth of a particular coin. One of the biggest factors that collectors consider when evaluating a coin is the condition it is in. Coins that have been circulated and spent over the years often show signs of wear and tear, scratches, discoloration, and fading details. These imperfections can reduce the value of the coin. However, coins that have been kept in uncirculated condition, free from any damage or signs of use, are considered much more valuable. The rarity of a coin in pristine condition adds to its desirability and market value. In addition to condition, another major factor that can increase the value of a 1986 Washington quarter is the possibility of minting errors. Minting errors occur when there are mistakes made during the production process, resulting in a coin that doesn't perfectly match the intended design. These errors can be anything from off-center strikes, where the design is misaligned, to double dies, where certain elements of the coin are struck more than once, creating a doubled effect on the date or lettering. These errors are rare and highly coveted by collectors because they offer something unique and different from the standard coins. Finding a 1986 Washington quarter with a minting error can drastically increase its value, turning a simple quarter into a sought-after collectible. So, how much could a 1986 Washington quarter be worth? While the typical quarter from this year is worth just 25 cents, certain versions of the coin, particularly those with minting errors or those in exceptional condition, can be worth significantly more. In fact, one 1986 Washington quarter, featuring a rare minting error and in nearly flawless condition, was sold at auction for an astounding $76,499. Yes, you read that correctly, $76,499. This sale is a testament to how much value rare and well-preserved coins can hold, even when they come from a year like 1986, which many would consider relatively recent. The 1986 Washington quarter serves as a prime example of how numismatics can turn seemingly ordinary objects into valuable assets. For those of us who are passionate about collecting coins, the thrill of finding a rare piece with a unique history or minting error is what makes this hobby so rewarding. While you might not stumble across a $76,499 coin in your change today, the world of coin collecting is full of surprises, and it only takes one discovery to change everything. So, the next time you find a 1986 Washington quarter in your pocket, take a moment to inspect it closely. It could be a hidden gem that's worth far more than you ever imagined. Top 9. The world of coin collecting is a fascinating one, filled with stories, hidden treasures, and pieces of history just waiting to be discovered. Among the vast array of U.S. coins, the Washington quarter has remained a constant throughout the decades, and the 1990 Washington quarter holds a unique place within the numismatic world. While many may see this coin as just another everyday quarter from the 1990s, those in the know understand that there's much more to it than meets the eye. In this video, we'll dive into the history, characteristics, and value of the 1990 Washington quarter, and you might be surprised to learn just how much some of these quarters are worth today. First, let's take a look at the Washington quarter itself. The design of the coin has remained largely the same since it was first minted in 1932, with the portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, appearing on the obverse side. The reverse features a bold image of an eagle, which symbolizes strength, freedom, and the spirit of America. This design is iconic, and even though the Washington quarter has undergone changes in composition over the years, it has remained an important and recognizable part of American currency. By 1990, the Washington quarter had already transitioned to being composed of a copper-nickel-clad material, a move that had been made in the 1960s in response to rising silver prices. This change shifted the value of the coin away from its metal content, but the quarter continued to be widely circulated. Despite the change in composition, the 1990 Washington quarter remains highly sought after by collectors, especially when specific conditions are met. Whether it's a minting error or simply the coin's state of preservation, the 1990 Washington quarter has the potential to be much more valuable than its 25-cent face value. One of the primary factors that determine the value of a coin is its rarity. While most 1990 Washington quarters are fairly common, there are certain examples that are far rarer and more valuable. The most significant factor that affects the rarity of a coin is whether it has any minting errors. Minting errors can happen at any point during the coin production process and can range from simple defects, like scratches on the die, to more noticeable flaws, such as double dies, off-center strikes, or misaligned designs. A double die occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly during the production process, causing some elements of the design, such as the date or lettering, to appear twice. These errors make the coin unique and are highly prized by collectors. If you happen to find a 1990 Washington quarter with such a defect, it could be worth far more than you might expect. Another factor that can increase the value of a 1990 Washington quarter is its condition. As with any coin, the better the condition, the more valuable it becomes. A quarter that has been circulated for many years, spent in daily transactions, and exposed to wear and tear is unlikely to fetch a high price. Coins that have been kept in pristine condition, however, are highly desirable. An uncirculated 1990 Washington quarter, one that is free from scratches, discoloration, or any signs of wear, will be worth significantly more. Collectors are always on the lookout for coins that have been well preserved, as these examples are far rarer than those that have been used extensively. Now, you might be wondering, just how much can a 1990 Washington quarter be worth? Well, the answer depends largely on the rarity and condition of the coin. While most 1990 Washington quarters are still worth their face value of 25 cents, those with minting errors or exceptional preservation can command far higher prices. In fact, one such 1990 Washington quarter, with a rare minting error and in near-perfect condition, was recently sold for an incredible $65,499. That's right, $65,499. This price is a testament to the value that rare and well-preserved coins can attain, especially when they have unique features that collectors are eager to own. The 1990 Washington quarter shows us just how exciting the world of coin collecting can be. What may seem like a simple, everyday coin can, under the right circumstances, become a highly valuable collectible. Whether it's a rare minting error, exceptional condition, or just the passage of time that makes it special, a 1990 Washington quarter could be worth far more than its face value. If you happen to come across one of these quarters in your spare change, it's worth taking a closer look. You could be holding a hidden treasure worth thousands of dollars. In the world of numismatics, you never know when the next valuable discovery will come your way. So always keep an eye out for those rare and valuable coins. Top 10. If you're someone who enjoys the world of coin collecting, then you know that every coin has its own story. One coin that often flies under the radar, yet holds incredible potential, is the 1995 Washington quarter. At first glance, it may just seem like another ordinary quarter, but there's much more to it than meets the eye. Whether you're an avid collector or just someone who loves learning about rare finds, you might be surprised by the hidden value that the 1995 Washington quarter can hold. So, let's take a deep dive into what makes this coin special and why it's gaining attention in the numismatic world. The Washington quarter has been a prominent feature of U.S. currency since it was first minted in 1932. Designed by John Flanagan, the quarter features a portrait of George Washington, the first president of the United States, on the obverse side. The reverse shows an eagle, symbolizing strength and freedom, two ideals that have been core to American identity for centuries. Over the years, the design of the Washington quarter has remained relatively unchanged, making it one of the most recognizable coins in the U.S. But by the time we get to 1995, the coin was part of a long-standing tradition, albeit with some changes to the material composition. Since the 1960s, quarters, along with many other coins, had been minted with a copper-nickel-clad composition rather than silver. This shift in material was due to rising silver prices, and by the time we reached 1995, the Washington quarter was entirely composed of a copper-nickel blend. While this reduced the intrinsic value of the coin, it didn't change the fact that the Washington quarter continued to be an essential part of U.S. coinage. Even in the 1990s, the Washington quarter continued to circulate widely, making its way into the hands of millions of Americans. But here's where things get interesting. Some of these quarters have hidden qualities that can make them much more valuable than their face value. When we talk about coin value, it's important to understand that the true worth of a coin often depends on its rarity. The 1995 Washington quarter, like many coins, has a few rare versions that can make it particularly desirable to collectors. Minting errors are one of the most common ways a coin can become rare and valuable. A minting error occurs when something goes wrong during the production process, resulting in a coin that is different from the intended design. Errors like off-center strikes, double dies, or die cracks can all significantly increase the value of a coin, as they make it unique. A 1995 Washington quarter with a noticeable minting error could potentially be worth thousands of dollars, depending on the severity and rarity of the mistake. In addition to minting errors, the condition of the coin also plays a huge role in determining its value. Most 1995 Washington quarters that have been in circulation for years may show signs of wear, scratches, fading, or discoloration. While these coins still hold sentimental and historical value, their worth is usually close to face value, or slightly more if they're in better than average condition. However, a 1995 Washington quarter in mint condition, especially one that has been carefully preserved or remains uncirculated, can fetch a much higher price. Coins that look as though they just came from the mint are rare, and collectors are often willing to pay top dollar for such examples. But how much can a 1995 Washington quarter actually be worth? While the vast majority of these quarters are worth no more than their face value of 25 cents, there are some that have been sold for significant amounts at auctions. It all comes down to how rare and well-preserved the coin is. Some 1995 Washington quarters have been known to sell for impressive sums, particularly those with minting errors or those in exceptional condition. In fact, one 1995 Washington quarter with a rare minting error and in pristine condition recently sold for an incredible $55,499. Yes, you read that right, $55,499. This price shows just how much collectors value these coins when they feature unique characteristics or are in nearly perfect condition. The 1995 Washington quarter serves as a reminder that coin collecting is much more than just gathering coins. It's about finding history, rare treasures, and valuable assets that can change the way we look at everyday items. A simple quarter that was once used in daily transactions could one day become a prized collectible worth thousands of dollars. If you happen to come across a 1995 Washington quarter, it's worth taking a moment to inspect it carefully. Whether it's a rare minting error, exceptional preservation, or just good fortune, you never know. You could be holding onto a valuable coin worth a fortune. Coin collecting is an exciting world full of surprises, and the 1995 Washington quarter is just one example of how a seemingly ordinary coin can become a hidden gem. So, keep an eye out the next time you're handling your change. You never know when you might come across a quarter that could be worth far more than you imagined. And remember, the 1995 Washington quarter might just be a small piece of history in your pocket, but in the right condition, it could also be worth an astounding $55,499.